have a basic question for everyone watching this video today. What is the proportion of time that you spend sitting or lying down to the time you are on your feet, be it walking, standing, or running? Except for physically demanding jobs like that of a construction worker, a landscaper, fitness instructor, or an athlete, most of us spend long hours sitting at a desk every day. According to a 2019 study published in the Journal of Physical Activity and Health, adults spend an average of 7 hours per day sitting, with older adults sitting even more. This includes sitting at a desk, in a car, on the couch, or engaging in other sedentary activities. If you add another 8 hours, brings our total sedentary time to 15 hours a day. Another study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that office workers spend up to 75% of their working day sitting. After the pandemic, with the mass adoption of work from home policies, this has only gotten worse. What is this costing us? What happens to our bodies when we sit for so long? There are consequences, and the price is paid in the currency of our health and mental state. There is a whole cascade of events happening inside our bodies, playing out over time, leading to weight gain, mood disturbances, spinal deformities, posture imbalances, and other chronic conditions. Let's take a closer look at the harmful effects of sitting at a desk all day. Hey friends, my name is Noble, and I'm a medical doctor with an interest in lifestyle medicine. Here on this channel, I discuss various evidence-based natural ways to live a healthier life, and I'm also a coach who helps people find their true purpose. Oftentimes, we get stunned and overwhelmed with what life throws at us. It might be very hard to make sense of what might be going on in our lives, and that's exactly what I want to help you with. Seeing the bigger picture and figuring out what your next ideal step might be. The lifestyle of humans has undergone significant changes since the old hunter-gatherer times, and these changes have had a profound impact on our bodies and health. In the distant past, humans were physically active, spending most of their time hunting, gathering, and performing other physical tasks necessary for survival. This lifestyle required a lot of energy expenditure, and people typically had to move to find food, water, and shelter. Nature forced them to take 20,000 steps and more without the need for any smart devices to remind them. Their life depended on it. As human societies began to shift towards agriculture and more settled living, there was less need for physical activity as food and other resources became more readily available. The Industrial Revolution and modernization further reduced the need for physical activity as machines and technology replaced manual labor in many industries. Even in times as recent as our grandparents, there was significant physical activity throughout the day. They had to cycle for kilometers to visit a relative or buy groceries. Women and men used to be highly engaged in agricultural activities, and there was good exposure to nature and sunlight. I remember my grandfather and many in his age having a really good physique with good lean muscle mass, the likes of which can only be achieved with extreme dieting or bodybuilding supplements today. But they had it all natural. Today, with the rise of office jobs, sedentary lifestyles, and technology, physical activity levels have decreased even further. We are still fighting to survive like our ancestors, but the fight happens with everyone sitting in their chairs, in front of screens, trying to make ends meet with 1, 2, or even more jobs. To add some more salt to the injury, we have the rise of fast food and processed foods, which has led to a very unhealthy diet. So we have two major forces at play here. 1, lack of movement and activity. 2, increased supply of highly processed food. The impact of these forces on our bodies and health has been significant. It is a well-known fact that this leads to chronic diseases like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease, but there are lesser known hidden issues such as muscle weakness, decreased flexibility, and other physical limitations that we don't pay attention to. Have a look at this study published in 2015 where they found out that when rats were not active in their cages, there was a rapid and dramatic loss of an enzyme called lipoprotein lipase present within the blood vessels in the legs for capturing fat out of the blood so that it can be burned up by the muscle for energy. This resulted in a significant decrease in HDL cholesterol, which is the good cholesterol. If you have ever done a blood test to check your fat levels in your blood, you would have come across these terms: HDL, LDL, and VLDL. Of these, HDL is the good cholesterol because HDL plays a vital role in maintaining heart health by transporting excess cholesterol out of the body's tissues, reducing inflammation, and protecting against the harmful effects of LDL and VLDL cholesterol. But besides this molecular or biochemical effect, there are many direct physical consequences to sitting around all day. Your lungs, your legs, and your hip muscles, your abdominal core, your spine, and your circulatory system, all of them get affected by sitting for long periods of time. Let's start with the lungs. Sitting for extended periods can cause your chest and shoulders to hunch forward, which can restrict the expansion of your lungs and reduce your lung capacity. This can lead to shallow breathing, where you are not taking in as much air as you should with each breath. Over time, this can lead to a decrease in lung capacity, which may make it harder for you to perform physical activities that require more oxygen. So you end up having a decrease in your oxygenation levels. When you sit for a long time, your body's metabolism slows down and your muscles may not be as active, leading to decreased oxygen demand, which then leads to lower oxygen levels in your blood, which can cause fatigue, headaches, and other symptoms. Another direct effect would be the increased risk of developing lung-related health problems. This is because when you sit for a long time, blood can pool in the veins of your legs or other parts of your body, increasing the risk of blood clots. Blood pooling in your legs also contributes to varicose veins. If a blood clot travels to your lungs, it can cause a blockage, leading to a potentially life-threatening condition called pulmonary embolism. This is why you often get advice to get up and walk around the aisle in an airplane when you travel long distances. The same would apply if you are sitting around or lying down for long periods at home or at work. Next, we have the effects on our muscles, particularly in the legs and hips, which can become weak, tight, and slowly shrink in size as they are not being used as much. We have a group of muscles collectively called the hip flexors. These muscles are responsible for bringing your knee closer to your chest and lifting your leg. When sitting for long periods, the hip flexors become tight and shortened, which can lead to lower back pain and difficulty standing up straight. Then we have our gluteus maximus, which is the largest muscle covering our butt, and the one muscle most ladies go to the gym for. Seriously, all I see women do in the gym these days are hip thrusts and squats, just like how most men go to the gym solely to do bicep curls.
Let them watch.
Besides making your butt look good, the gluteus maximus is responsible for helping one climb stairs, getting up from a chair, or for running. Sitting for long periods can cause the gluteus maximus to weaken, which can lead to difficulty standing up from a seated position and can contribute to lower back pain. Next group would be the quadriceps, which are a group of 4 muscles located on the front of the thigh that work to extend the knee. When sitting for long periods, these muscles become weak and can contribute to knee pain and instability. Sitting also affects our core muscles around the midsection and our spinal muscles, the rectus abdominis, or the muscles that make up the six-pack, the transverse abdominis, which helps to stabilize the spine and support the organs, the obliques located on the side of the abdomen, which are responsible for the rotation of our upper body, and the erector spinae group located along the spine, which helps to extend the spine and maintain good posture. All these muscles can become weak and contribute to poor posture, lower back pain, and other musculoskeletal problems when one sits for a long period. So if you are having any of these symptoms, then consider adding some form of movement to your daily routine. At least stand up and walk around every hour. Sitting for long periods of time can have negative effects on your skeletal system as well, predominantly your spine and neck. When you sit, your spine is in a flexed position, which can cause the ligaments and discs in your spine to become compressed. The intervertebral discs are the spongy cushions that sit between the vertebrae in your spine, acting as shock absorbers and helping to maintain the flexibility and range of motion of your spine. When you sit for extended periods, the pressure on your intervertebral discs increases as you are constantly in a hunched posture, which can cause the discs to bulge or herniate, causing them to become compressed and lose their ability to absorb shock effectively. Additionally, sitting for long periods can cause your head to tilt forward, which can put additional strain on your neck muscles and lead to text neck, a condition where the neck becomes stiff and sore from looking down at a screen for extended periods of time. You might not see any issues or symptoms in a short period of time, but over prolonged periods of months and years, these effects can lead to long-term problems such as chronic neck and back pain, herniated discs, and even spinal degeneration, showing up as pain, numbness, or tingling sensations in your back, neck, or arms. So what we are seeing is that sitting around all day is a recipe for a health disaster waiting to happen. We always wonder why we have that neck stiffness or back pain or numbness in the feet when you didn't do anything that might cause such a discomfort in the preceding days, but it was something that was happening slowly over a long period that eventually, when your body fails to compensate for, ends up as a symptom or a disease. What can we do to counter the negative effects of sitting around all day? First step would be to become mindful of our subconscious habits and then make small changes every day to achieve your goal. Here are a few things you could do. Start with taking more frequent breaks throughout the day to stand up and stretch your legs. Consider using a standing desk or an adjustable desk that allows you to alternate between sitting and standing. Set a reminder to stand up and move around at least once every hour. Use your lunch break or other breaks throughout the day to go for a walk or do some light exercise. Take the stairs instead of the elevator whenever possible. Consider incorporating strength training exercises into your routine to help maintain muscle mass and improve posture. Do seated calf raises, which can be done even in an office setting, to get the blood pumping from your legs back up. Also, do you have some suggestions? I would love to hear them, so please put them down in the comment section, as it might help others watching this video as well. So there you have it, the harmful effects of sitting at a desk all day and tips for reducing its effects. Remember, it's important to be mindful of how much time you spend sitting and to incorporate more movement and physical activity into your daily routine. In the next video, I'm going to talk about something even worse than sitting down all day: alcohol consumption. We will go into detail about what happens inside your body when you drink alcohol and how it affects your everyday living. Until next time, stay safe, get moving, and I'll see you around.